Good evening. It's 7 o'clock on Sunday night. Hope you all had a brilliant weekend and another quite a good one. Anxiety has been pretty good, pretty manageable. Before I get into this video, I need to put a warning on like I did last week and say trigger warning. I'm going to talk about OCD and intrusive thoughts. So if you don't want to hear about this, then obviously switch off. If you do, or if you think you suffer, then give this video a listen and see if you can relate to anything. I'm going to start by reading. This is from mind.co.uk. So what is OCD? OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. Has two main parts, obsessions and compulsions. Obsessions are unwelcome thoughts, images, urges, worries or doubts that repeatedly appear in your mind. They can make you feel very anxious. I'm very anxious right now, by the way, guys, just so you know, because we're talking about this. Although some people may describe it as mental discomfort rather than anxiety. And then compulsions are repetitive activities that you do to reduce the anxiety caused by the obsession. It could be something like repeatedly checking a door is locked, repeating a specific phrase in your head, or checking how your body feels. I'm going to add a link in the description below to the Mind website so you can read about it yourself if you want to. So let's just crack straight on because I don't know how long this video is going to go on for. I've probably suffered with intrusive thoughts and OCD for I remember when I was 8 or 9 I jumped over a little fence. And the first thing that came to my head was, what if I caught my foot in the fence and I fell face first to the floor and break my nose or anything like that? So for a long time, great t-shirt by the way, I know you'll appreciate it. So yeah, it's not a pleasant thing, and talking about it is really hard for me because it's one of those things where if you talk about it out loud, people will think you're actually mental. I think. I hope they don't. But it can, it can be anything. Like I could be out walking with my friends and I could see a stick on the floor, but I could bash them over the head with it, or I could think about the same phrase over and over again. I sing the same line from a song all day long, and I mean all day long, and just that one line over and over again. And it's quite, well, it's not very comfortable. It's like mental discomfort, as they said in that Mind paragraph. But intrusive thought, they can be a whole range of things, like, driving along, you'd be like, what if somebody crashes into me? What if with my health related anxiety, it's like, what if I have a heart attack and crash into somebody else? And all kinds of stuff like that. And when I say it out loud now, it's like, wow, okay, you're pretty mental. But I'm told a lot of people suffer from this kind of thing. And intrusive thoughts can be scary until I learned what they were, and that they're quite common and that everybody suffers with them. They used to really make me anxious because I'd be like, why am I thinking that? What's going on? So yeah, this is difficult for me to talk about because I don't know much about it. I know that I suffer and I know that they suck. How do I cope? As soon as that thought comes in, I get rid of it. I laugh, or I think it's never going to happen. It doesn't always work like that. Some days I do get like, I'm sure you all know, you have days that you're up, days when you're down, and when I'm down it can be quite long and tiring and quite stressful because you start thinking about the same thing over and over again, and it can be scary to some people that don't know what they are. I'm not a doctor or a medical professional. I don't know the best way people deal with these things. I know Mind offer some services where you can go talk about it, and I'm sure at some point I'll probably take them up on that or get on the waiting list for that. As it stands, I'm quite at home with them. I'm used to them now, and I know what they are, and I know they come and go, and I know that it's just a thought, and I'm not going to act on them. I think the biggest thing is that people think they're having these thoughts, which means they've got to do it, and you don't at all. At all. It just comes and goes. You know, it's just one of the weird ways the human brain works. But it's something I've suffered with for a long time, and the more I think about it, the more I think over the years when I've had anxiety and panic attacks, it's not been what's going on physically. It's obviously what, well, not physically, that's a bad way of putting it, but it's caused by these thoughts that something might happen. Like I could get in the car and be like, all right, I'm going to Cambridge to see some friends, and it'd be like, but what if this happens? What if this happens? Or what if you get stuck in traffic and you have a panic attack? And what if this happens? And what if this? And honestly, it's demoralising, and it's depressing, and it's hard. And when I was peaking to my fitness and going to the gym 5 or 6 times a week, they were all of this was very minimal. My anxiety was low, my sugar intake was low, which really helped, I think. And yeah, over the last year or so, I've let these things creep back into my head, and it's quite uncomfortable. So it's difficult. Some days I'm like, will this ever end? Others, I don't even think about it or have a bad thought. I guess the best thing you can do if you suffer is to talk about it with somebody. I always say, you know, I'm all ears. Give me a listen, give me a message. Just don't suffer in silence, because that's the worst thing you do. I did it for 7 or 8 years and I got nowhere. As soon as I started talking and speaking out, I saw a drastic improvement in the way I was and the way I've dealt with things. Probably going to end the video there because this has been quite tough, and I think it's nearly 8 minutes on already. There's going to be a link in the description below for mine. Click on that if you want to read about any of this. Reach out to me if you want to. Give the video a like, give the video a share, give me a subscription if you like. I'm going to keep doing these videos, and I'm going to keep trying to get the channel to grow so I can try and normalise mental health. And people speaking out about it, whether that be men, women, you know. I know obviously women are a lot better at talking about things than men, but yeah. So thanks guys, thanks for listening. If you listened this far, I doubt you have, because not many people do, but thanks for tuning in.